So I don't know if you can see that. My old Packard motor cars. Thermometer. Oh, there it is. You can. I think you can see it. What's that? A good 12 degrees, 13 maybe. In the garage. Yeah. Oh, good morning, everyone. Now that I've made my breakfast, enjoy this. Yeah. Charcoaly. This episode. Sorry. This episode. Yeah, we're still working on this on the '54 Chevy pickup. We'll go over putting the head on and that debacle, and whatever else we can get done. So I've got parts. I'm gonna make it 12 volt instead of 6 volt. Yeah, all sorts of fun stuff. So kick back, relax. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. And I'll give you a quick overview of how to put the valve in the heads. Now, obviously, before you put the valve in the head, you want to clean it really well, the head and the valve itself. I lap the valves. I have what I call that liquid sandpaper for lapping the valves, that lapping juice, whatever you want to call it. Clean it up really good. Then on the valve stem itself, I put a fair amount of oil on it and I slide it into the head. I got a nice rotating smooth. Now, then I put the spring on, and then the cap for the spring. Okay, and then I compress it with a valve spring compressor. Okay, I want to get it down to about that point, so you can see both grooves in the valve stem. Then what you want to do next, while it is compressed, put your O-ring on. Okay, put your O-ring on all the way down to the innermost. It's hard to do with. Hold on, there you go. Down to the innermost groove in the valve stem. Then while it's still compressed, take your retainer clips. You can almost see it. There's one. I put a dab of grease in it. In each one, I've got two. When I put a dab of grease in them, they'll stay in place for when you put it and align it with that top groove. Because there are little indentations, little bumps inside there that keep it clipped into place. Then that grease will hold it in there, and then when you slowly, whoops, I dropped one, cool. Then when you slowly release that valve spring compressor, this will seat itself in there and won't come out. And then what I do is I just take a rubber mallet, give it a little tap to make sure it's seated properly, and it doesn't come flying out and there's no surprises later. So, good times, right? And one last thing, obviously be careful with these. When you compress them, I mean, you're compressing a spring, a very strong spring, so don't stand in front of it, don't do anything foolish. Remember, it's a very strong spring. If it let go, it can hurt you or cause some damage, so please be mindful of that. Good time. All right, all the valves are in. Oh, that's awesome. Now I can get it ready and get it on top of that engine. But first things first, I actually gotta bring the engine hoist over back to my mom and dad. Dad needs it for something pretty cool that I'll show you guys in a little while. It's gonna be great. All right, so we're about to put the head on. In order to put this on with the head gasket straight, we're gonna use these, and I'll show you how. All right, so you can see I have the 2 pins in. I'm a little nervous that I don't have enough room against the firewall for how tall that back pin is, but we'll find out. But I made sure all my holes line up in the head gasket with all the holes in the block. So what I'm actually going to do now is, now that I know that, I'm comfortable with that head gasket being the right one. I'm going to take it, I'm going to hang it up, and I'm going to spray it with a copper, high temp copper spray, just so it gets a little better seal. And I'll put it back down, and then we'll put the head on and start putting some bolts in and take those guide pins out and start torquing it down. It's a 3-step process in torquing it down. I believe it's 30 pounds first, go all the way around, 60 pounds the second round, then 95 pounds I think the third round. So yeah, we'll get going on that and tighten it down. Yay. My camera died while I was torquing it, but the head's on. I'm starting to second guess that gray color for the head, but oh well, such is life. Something different. I'll put the valve cover on, I imagine next. I still gotta paint that. I'll paint that orange, so need a rainbow colored truck when I'm done. But anyway, we're going in the right direction, right? Yay. Neato. Okay, so as you can see, I took the rocker assembly apart. I'm gonna clean it all up and lube it, put it back together, etc., etc. It's really dirty. Some parts were sticking. We'll clean it up. So there's also pinholes in the top of these rockers. I'm gonna clean those out really good. I'm gonna spray some brake clean right down it. I'll blow some air through it. We'll get it cleaned up. Should I have this all machined or whatever? Probably, but I'm just not gonna do that. So here we go. So I've got lifters in, I got push rods in, I got rocker arms in. I have not set the valve lash yet, so these are in here loose. According to the manual, you're supposed to spin the push rod while you slowly tighten it down, and as you feel it tighten up, stop, and then go a half turn more. Obviously, you have to do it on the low part of on the cam lobe. You can see like that one's high, that one's low, that one's high. You know, there's a sequence for all that stuff, but you know what? I think if I just spin it and just make sure they're all on the low part and make sure they're all good, I should be fine. Knock on wood. Don't take my advice on that, but that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'll get to that. All right, so I've been spending some money, more than I want to, unfortunately, lately. But I'm going to change it from a 6 volt to a 12 volt. So I've got an alternator. I've got braking oil for it. I've got not a new water pump, but a rebuilt one off of eBay. It was much cheaper to go that route. I got spark plugs. I got a new thermostat. I got a PVC, PCV, blah, 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 whatever. Positive crankcase ventilation valve. Now, these old trucks, these old engines had that breather down tube on it. They're a mess. They get messy. I don't want to deal with that. That manual that I got shows how to do this, and that looks pretty slick, so I'm going to give it a try. So I also got a new radiator because the old one leaks, and it's already been fixed on. I don't want to deal with that. So point being, I've been spending a lot of money lately. I didn't want to do that. I said this was going to be a cheap build. Well, let's be honest. All I did was not have it machined, and I probably saved, I don't know, $1,200 to $1,500. So, but the truth is, I'm going to ride this with my kids. I don't want to be stuck on the side of the road with it and have them laugh at me any more than they already do. So, I mean, if it does die, I guess I could give them a can of Mountain Dew and a Snickers bar and have them push the truck home while I steer. That's always an option. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I really do. You know, I'm inching closer and closer to getting this thing running. It's exciting, but a little nerve-wracking too. So, but I suppose wouldn't be any fun if it wasn't a little nerve-wracking, right? So, I also want to take this moment to congratulate my mom. She retired after working many years at an elementary school. Congratulations, Mom. I love you. We're all very proud of you. Family's all very proud of you. So congratulations on your retirement. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.